When was the last time you were in a situation where you were scared for your life? I'm thinking of the parachuting out of an airplane type of scared. Stick with me because today I want to share a story that happened to me that I believe will motivate you to face your fears and overcome your addiction to porn. A few years ago during the summer, we visited my wife's family for a vacation. They reside in the mountains of California next to a pristine and beautiful lake. While we were there, one of my sisters-in-law wanted to do an excursion at a local nature preserve for her birthday. Our hike at this preserve ended up being beautiful and didn't lack anything that we had hoped to see. There were beautiful views, unique rock features, and a trail leading to a natural spring, which was big enough for us to swim in. This excited us because the trail was dry and the day was hot, kind of like hiking here in South Texas in the middle of August. A unique feature of this watering hole is a high cliff that's a popular place for jumping into a deep pool of water below. My guess is that this cliff was at least 30 feet high. As soon as we got there, multiple people in our group climbed up the rock, stepped out on the precipice, and began jumping into the deep water. I joined them, at least in making it to the top. However, once I came to the edge of the cliff and looked over into the water, I began to doubt myself. Fear washed over me. I imagined myself jumping, only to slip and slam my body into the side of the cliff on the way down. In that moment, fear was all I knew. Others jumped, but I did not. Each time I built up the courage and stepped towards the edge, I would be overcome with fear again and step back, my courage fading. My dear wife and her family were encouraging and supporting me. Strangers who were also having fun in the refreshing waters saw what was going on, and they too joined in with kind and supportive cheers. It felt like I had the encouragement of everyone around me, but I still didn't jump. However, I decided in that moment that I would either take the plunge, literally, and do what I thought impossible, or walk away from that cliff and live in continual regret that I didn't jump. What was I going to choose? I believe you are at the same type of inflection point right now. If you are struggling with pornography, you are up on the edge of that cliff with the opportunity to experience freedom right over the edge. You'll have to conquer the fears of rejection and vulnerability, but through it, your chains to sin will be broken by Christ. Sure, you'll need to get your junk out in the open, confess it to trusted people, and be honest through repentance about the sinfulness you have indulged in. Do you take the plunge and risk all the things that you are afraid of, but experience the freedom from the bondage of pornography? Or do you shrink away in fear and cowardice, going back to the sin that's comfortable and experience a lifetime of regret that you didn't do the hard thing, you didn't face your fears, and you didn't take the risks? If you turn away, you'll become even more hardened against God's grace, sucked into greater and greater sexual deviancy, and resistant to this opportunity to experience freedom through repentance. You have to make a decision though. You can't stand out on that edge forever. What's it going to be? When I was facing my inflection point up on that cliff, I decided to face my fears. I realized that I had to do it. There was no going back. So I summoned up all the courage, offered one last prayer for protection, and jumped. Man, I can't tell you how glad I am that I did. I look back on that time and I still can sense those exhilarating feelings as my body was in midair. Thrill, relief, and excitement all rushing through my body at once. To this day, I'm so glad I jumped. And you know what? I firmly believe that you'll be glad you jumped too. And when you do jump, you'll realize that everything you were fearful of isn't as bad as you originally thought. You will even think, man, I wish I had jumped sooner. It's always like this in life. Don't let your fears hold you back. What are you waiting for? Let today be the day you begin the journey of freedom. Is it easy? Absolutely not. But then nothing of real value in life truly is. If you are ready to dive in and begin taking steps towards freedom, then watch this next video. And remember, you can experience victory over sexual sin through Christ because He provides the way of escape.